everybody, and welcome back to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. This is Dapper Cthulhu, and this time we are actually going to be starting the actual story of Manaan. So, why am I on Tatooine? Well, we're finishing up the plot line that I've been doing for the last 2 episodes.
Good hunting out there.
Yeah, so I was not foolish enough to think that Hulas would actually meet me here alone, so I brought backup. And I was right. He brought backup as well. You're here, Abner Dimrath. But I see you did not come alone. I knew you were too much of a coward to come alone. You shouldn't be surprised. You saw how much I manipulated and betrayed my fellow overseers. You should know the guild will seek every advantage we can. I had hoped you'd be gullible enough to show up alone, but obviously I underestimated you. Though I see from their expressions that your friends have no clue what's going on. Not that it matters. If I win here, what you know of the guild will die here with you. If you win, the guild will vanish until they select new overseers. If they even survive. 3 Generaton overseers out of 4 are dead, Hulas. Time to finish the job. The other overseers were alone and unprepared. I am ready for you, and I have friends. Goodbye, Avner Dimrath. Our time together was interesting. Brothers of the Generaton, attack! The order has been given. Let's do this. That's 1. Jain Khan. Is that how you pronounce it? Alright. Either way. That's 3. That's 4, 5. 6, 7. Alright. And now, while I heal and collect everything, I don't really have anything to say, so I'll just see you guys in a minute. Well, actually, I do. A lot of the items that you got as reward, you get another blaster and another poison blade. You get a mesh armor. Blaster, poison blade, visor, stealth unit. Gloves. Okay. So this mesh armor is new. Fireman shield level 3. I don't think I had that before. Okay. Now, that's all the stuff you get from this battle. So I will see you all on Manaan. And we might as well start the proper story of Manaan from the hangar. I don't have the cutscene here, but I will at least start from the hangar. Once again, this is the hangar bay, or the docks, or whatever you call it. I guess we're gonna get to know Jolie here.
Got something on your mind?
Why did you decide to come with me?
You got yourself a fast little ship? I'd forgot what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an Uller in mating season. Ugh, frightful.
So, you wanted to ride on my ship?
Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of the synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
No, seriously, tell me.
I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise. You know, you remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
Did you annoy this person endlessly too?
Oh, very funny. Is it my fault that some people are so easily annoyed? They're like impatient little children with blasters. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Andor Vex was his name. The force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
I've never heard of him.
No, you wouldn't have. Sometimes swirling force is just swirling force. It gets us old Jedis excited at our age, so we go, ooh, destiny. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall.
Is there supposed to be some hidden meaning in this?
I don't know. Are you overconfident? I hadn't noticed. Even if I had, I would never comment on it. We're talking about Andor, remember? Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
How young are we talking?
Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time, they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand.
Andor killed Krat, I take it?
Of course he did. Haven't you been listening? It was not in the way you'd probably expect, though. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed, too. Or this could have just been gurgling noises. Well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
No way!
Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
How can you even be sure Andor was responsible?
What, are you kidding? What are the odds of that happening anyway? 1,000,000,000 to 1? You should do so well as to be sucked into the engine of some evil Sith Lord, you know. Andor was a hero. Sort of. Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
Okay, I love Jolie's stories. Anyway. I'm gonna go back through here, and you don't see it, but I gave the visitor's guide person the finger. Actually, wait, hang on. No, I don't. I do need to go this way.
Jolie, may I have a moment? There's something I wish to speak to you about.
Yep, I figured it was only a matter of time until we had the whole come back to the order discussion. Well, I guess there's no avoiding it now, so let's get it over with.
I know you have issues with the Order, but you are a Jedi, Jolie. You command the Force. Without the guidance of the Council, how can you avoid falling to the dark side?
Well, I've managed to avoid it the last 20 years or so. Besides, light side, dark side, they don't mean the same to me as they do to you. I don't see in absolutes.
Malik and the Sith are evil, Jolie. Surely you can see that.
I want to stop Malik as much as anyone. But I don't have to join the Order to do it. Look at Karth, or Canderous. They're with us in this quest, but they aren't Jedi. The capacity for good or evil, like the Force itself, is in all living creatures. And belonging to the Jedi Order, or the Sith, or any group, won't change what you are at your core.
I see you are quite adamant. No doubt you've had ample time to think on this during your long seclusion. I guess it was foolish of me to think I could sway your position so easily.
Yeah, I'm old and stubborn. But I appreciate the effort. But from now on, you can just think of me as any other non-Jedi in our little group. With a lightsaber. And Force powers.
Slowly you'll get to see why I refer to Jolie the way I do. As I said on Kashyyyk, Jolie is a wise old man who knows what he's talking about. Okay, yeah, I'm in the right place. Alright. Now, if you recall, Roland Wan wanted us to get into the Sith base to retrieve the stolen droid. And there were 3 ways to do it. The first way of tackling this is to interrogate the prisoner. To do that, you start by talking to this guy.
So, you're the one Roland has got to help us interrogate this prisoner. I hope your Jedi powers will come in useful. This one has been most resistant. He's a Sith spy we picked up a little while ago, snooping around outside trying to get in. We thought he was suspicious and brought him inside when the Selkath weren't looking. But it seems the Sith have done a pretty good job of conditioning this guy, and we haven't been able to break him yet.
What did they do to him?
The Sith protect their really important spies with some sort of mental force feedback system. They can turn their minds in on themselves so force compulsions won't affect them. Combine this with conventional training to resist interrogation, and sometimes it takes months to get them to tell what they know. Do you want to interrogate him now?
Yes.
Well, the training the Sith gave him will protect him from most normal interrogation techniques, and also from force persuasion. We have found a few hooks you might find useful. He was with another man when he was first spotted. We think it was another spy, but we didn't manage to catch him. We also seized some personal documents he had on him when he was captured. It would seem that he's married to a woman named Tila. We checked this in our computers, and it seems to hold up. We've sent a couple of agents to investigate, but it may be a while.
What do I have to work with?
What we have here is your standard issue truth serum. It should make him spill his guts in no time. But there is a catch.
Catch?
Because of his conditioning, he's able to resist it at small doses. But if you give him too much, his body realizes what you're trying to do and shuts his mind down completely. If you do that, you'll have to inject him with an antidote that neutralizes the truth serum. Unfortunately, that too has a drawback.
I detect a pattern here.
It causes short-term memory loss. This may work to your advantage because you can try the same tactic over and over again. But if you use it too much, he may forget everything we want to know. Shall we get it started then?
Yes.
Hey you, wake up. Someone wants to talk to you.
Okay, I'm gonna interrogate him.
What do you want?
Okay, the options you have here to work with are the good cop, bad cop approach, threatening his companion, or threatening his wife. I'm gonna start with good cop, bad cop. So, relax. I'm not here to threaten you.
You're not. You lies. You work for the Republic.
We're the only ones who'll take you in now.
The Sith will never trust you again, spy. We're the only place you have left. Tell us what we want to know.
Never. I am Sith. I will never betray them. Your republic is weak, and will soon fall at any rate.
If you talk, we can make it worth your while.
Ha! Worth my while. The Sith don't pay very well, but they'd kill me.
I don't want to hurt you unless you make me.
Please. Please don't hurt me.
Let's try something else.
What do you want?
Alright, now I'm gonna talk to him about his companion.
What companion?
We don't really need you. Your companion will tell us what we need to know anyway.
The gutless Sith worm is already starting to crack. We'll have what we need within hours.
He wouldn't talk. Or has he already? No.
If you don't tell us, he'll suffer.
No. Never.
Damn! He blanked out.
Alright, inject him with the neutralizing agent, start over.
What do you want?
I'll start with the companion this time.
What companion?
We don't really need you. Your companion will tell us what we need to know anyway.
The gutless Sith worm is already starting to crack. We'll have what we need within hours.
He wouldn't talk. Or has he already? No.
If you don't tell us, he'll suffer.
But please don't hurt us.
Perhaps we'll give you back to the Sith to keep him.
They would never believe we let you go so easily, but...
You can't do this to me. They're ways too horrible for you to imagine.
Alright, it's glitching out a little bit. Let's try something else.
What do you want?
Let's talk about your wife.
Tila? How did you find out about her?
We can make life easy for both of you here in the Republic.
No. Never.
Blanked out.
Alright, let's inject him.
What do
Talk
you
about
want?
his wife again.
Tila? How did you find out about her?
We can make life easy for both of you here in the...
It could... It's easier.
Talk or something may happen to her.
No, please don't hurt her. Please.
We have her already. She may be spared if you talk.
All right. All right. I'll tell you what you want to know.
What's the passcode to the Sith base?
It's Zeta 245698 Alpha. Just no more.
Good. With this pass, you should be able to get into the Sith base without trouble. Just don't delay too long, or they might learn that he's been captured.
Alright, so that's the first way that we have available to get into the Sith base. Second method of getting into the Sith base is the most straightforward. It's actually the third method listed, but because I'm going to use the second one listed, I'm counting this as the second one. The Roland Wand mentioned that there was a pass card that he got off of the Sith spy that would get into this hangar. It's the first time that I'm entering it, so we get this cutscene. Inside this hangar are a number of Sith troops. As I said, this is the most straightforward method of getting in. All you have to do is just kill everyone in here and take the shuttle. The only thing to keep in mind with this method is that once you get inside, you will appear in a different place than you would if you took the other methods. The method I'm going to use, however...
So you're the one who's gonna try to get into the Sith base, eh? Huh, good luck, you're gonna need it. This is our main computer room here. We got the box of pass cards we got from the Sith, but we haven't been able to break their encryption yet. We have been able to decode the numeric system they use, but there are holes in our terminal sequence patterns.
Terminal sequences?
The strings of numbers that end the code sequences. If we could complete those strings, we would have the key to their encryption system. The encryption system is composed of 6 matrices. Each is based on a mathematical method. The holes we're missing are the final number in each of the strings. Most are simple, but the final 2 matrices seem to be much more difficult. Well, the second last matrix has a pattern looping back on itself, or something. And the last is divided into smaller subparts. Maybe the pattern for that is within each part. But I have to admit, all this is a bit over my head. I haven't even been able to slice past the first matrix, and I've been at this for hours. I've ruined a dozen cards already. But the good thing is we have a whole box of them, so you don't have to worry about running out anytime soon. Since Roland said you were cleared, you can use the computer freely. I'll be here if you have any questions.
Okay, so as he said, we have to decrypt the card for this method. How do we do that? Well, first we have to go into this computer. You can slice the Republic system, but we don't have to do that. That's actually part of Joel Lee's side quest, which you might be wondering how that's possible if he's been on Kashyyyk for 20 years, but we'll get to that later. For now, we're going to go to Decrypt Sith Pass Card. Now, to decrypt the Sith Pass Card, you have to solve 6 math problems. The first one is based on addition. Now, if you look at those numbers that are given, 1, 2, 4, 7, 11, 16. There's a pattern there. 1 to 2, you add 1. 2 to 4, you add 2. 4 to 7, you add 3. 7 to 11, you add 4. 11 to 5, you add 16. So if you follow that pattern, add 6, you get 22. Now you do the same. They do the same thing with subtraction this time. Look for a pattern and then follow it. 21, 18, 16, 15, 15, 16. This one's a little trickier. 21 minus 3 is 18. Minus 2 is 16. Minus 1 is 15. This is where they try to trip you up. Minus 0 is 15. And then minus negative 1. And when you subtract a negative, it's the same as adding a positive. So subtracting negative 1 is adding 1. So it's 16. So you would add 2 for the next number, so it's 18. Now it's time for multiplication. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. You just keep multiplying by 2. So 64 is the answer. Division this time. 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4. Just dividing by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. Exponents. Okay, so no matter how many times you multiply 1 by 1 by 1, the answer will always be 1. 32, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. So that's 5. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is, well, that one would be 3, ultimately. 64, 4, 25, 5, so the answer is 6. And I never learned how to do logarithms at all. So I had no choice but to use process of elimination for this one. Although this one, I can never remember if it's 6 or 7, but it's one of them. So I'm going to guess 7 on the first one. I got it right! Okay. I guess that's that. this room over here is also part of Jolie's side quest. If I recall correctly, the Sith embassy is this way. I'm gonna be complete. That was Vec disappearing there. I'm gonna be completely honest. I have always struggled to memorize where things were in the map of Manaan, but it looks like I have gone the right way. And here is a cutscene that I wanted to show.
You got any armor plating for my spook bike?
Yes, I have a fine piece right here. A little dented, but still serviceable. And a real bargain at that price.
I thought this garbage was free. You actually sell this junk? You fish are a strange breed.
Get out of my store. I'm sick of you Sith and your stupid jokes. I've got a real customer right to worry about. I don't need you coming in here making fun of my inventory every day.
Don't worry, junk man. When I want garbage, I'll be back.
Jerk. Anyway, this is a shop you can buy from, I believe. But yes, the Sith embassy is this way. I'm gonna go ahead and save now that I'm here, in case things go wrong. Actually, I forgot to do a couple things. So yeah, I forgot to open up a couple of side quests, one of which takes place in the Sith base. In here is actually the place where they pack up the Kolto to ship off world to help out in the war. Just a little Easter egg that I wanted to show off. But the place I wanted to go to unlock those side quests is actually on the other end of the city from where I was. So I have to come all the way over here to do it.
Jolie, it is you. I need your help.
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Elora. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Elora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
Okay. So Jolie's side quest is now opened up, but where I really wanted to go is over here. Human, I was just speaking if you have the time. Yeah, this is one of the people I wanted to talk to. Greetings, human. My name is Nilko Boas. I hope you're enjoying yourself here in Otto City. Our floating city is beautiful, is it not? It is truly a wonder to behold. You're too gracious, human. The beauty of Manaan is delicate. Our ecosystem is complex and fragile, and I fear for the preservation of my planet. What are you talking about? There is a task I would ask, human. Jedi. I fear there is nowhere else I can turn. What would you have me do? Rest assured there will be ample reward for this, human. I only require information, nothing more. The Republic has been hiring mercenaries, many more than usual. As an official of the Selkath people, this is of great concern to me. I only seek the reason for this change in Republic policy. Why do you need me for this? I cannot trust anyone else. The Republic obviously wants to keep their secret. I have inquired often as to their purpose and been rebuffed. Sith cannot be trusted to give me an accurate report of events. He'll twist the truth so that it furthers their own goals. And the mercenaries are well aware of the high wages the Republic is paying. They would not report anything that might slow the flow of credits into their accounts. Uncover the truth behind the Republic's actions and I will pay you 500 credits.
I doubt the Republic would be involved in anything illegal. Still, if this Selkath has concerns, we could look into it for him.
Be careful here, kid. Start poking your nose in a place it doesn't belong, and you might not like what you find.
Please, see if you can find the answers I seek. Find why the Republic is hiring so many mercenaries. Find where they are going. Find why they do not return. I'll look into it for you, Nilko. Once you discover some information, please come speak to me. Believe it or not, I am a friend of the Republic. Whatever the truth, I shall do my best to protect the Republic's interests. And those of the Selkath, of course. Believe it or not, that is actually going to be part of the story. That mission is optional, but finding out what happened. Greeting, human. My name is Shayless. I have heard it said that you are no friend of the Sith. Is this true? Sith are a blight upon the galaxy. Though I suspect we have little in common, human, I share your dislike of the Sith. They have brought grief to my family. I am not a fool. I know the Sith do not respect our laws, as the Republic does. Were it up to me, I would do everything in my power to aid the Republic in the war against Malik. But intergalactic politics stay my hand. Still, I know the Sith are evil, and I fear what they will do to my people, and what they may be doing now. What are you talking about? Many of the Selkath have vanished, human. Most who have gone missing are of the cusp of adulthood. The youth who will someday lead this planet. My own daughter, Shasa, is among those who have disappeared. These disappearances coincide with the arrival of the Sith, and I cannot dismiss the connection. The Sith are up to something human, something sinister. I can feel it. You want me to investigate these disappearances? I will give you 500 credits if you can uncover the fate of my daughter and the other missing Selkath youth. Not much, but all I can afford. I have no official authority in this matter, and my personal wealth is not vast. There is no one else I can turn to, human. Public agents are too closely watched by the Sith, and the Otto City authorities cannot act without proof of Sith involvement. I shall look into these disappearances for you, Shayless. I cannot imagine where to begin the investigation. I suspect that the Sith did not act alone. Perhaps the off-world and the mercenary enclave know something. If you learn something, human, report back to me at once. If you uncover the fate of my daughter and the other missing Selkath youth, I will reward you as promised. Alright, so, that mission is why I came here. Because, well, the fact that I got all the way to the Sith Embassy and then came all the way here about that should tell you exactly why. I did this now. Anyway, I'll meet you back at Otto East. Alright, we're back. And, I'm gonna head right into the Sith Embassy and, get started on this.
You there. I don't recognize you. How did you get in here?
I have a pass card.
Your pass card is out of date, and I don't recognize you at all. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough. Commander Gran, report to the security desk immediately. You authorized this person to enter? I don't know them, and their identification doesn't match up. They're spies.
What? Sound the alarm! Droids, destroy them!
Alright. Time to fight. Oh, that was easy enough. So, here we are in the Sith Embassy, and we're here to get the Republic droid back. So, next time on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, we are going to do just that. See you guys then.